It's 91.3 FM Radio Maria on child protection with Madame Momoh, the child's advocate. And we have all of you out there as children's advocates too. Welcome to our program today. I'm sure we can reel out the reason and the purpose for this program. Talking about the right of children, defending the rights of children, standing for the rights of children, ensuring that these rights are observed and given the right place in the lives of our children. We're also talking about those of them that have been unfortunate to be abused by both parents, trusted persons, and strangers. And if for any reason we identify them, we know by now that they shouldn't be discriminated against. We know that we shouldn't tag them. We know we should not stigmatize them. We know we shouldn't heighten their pain. We shouldn't cause them depression. Rather, we should sympathize with them. We should try to get as much help as we can, and we should support them to bring out every single beauty God has endowed them with in terms of talents, in terms of gifts, and get them to bounce back fully, to be useful to the society once more. What about the environment that we know that is so important in the upbringing of a child? Are you bothered about the environment being motivating enough? Are you looking at making it secure for the child who is helpless and vulnerable? Are you out there to ensure that you motivate the children and make the environment such that they will be able to release the best from within, and we will all enjoy it externally? That's what this program is all about. And of course, we're looking at child protection on 91.3 FM Radio Maria. We'll be taking a break. Don't go away. Welcome to 91.3 FM Radio Maria on child protection. Our topic continues: premarital sex in teenagers. Children that are supposed to be in school, children that are supposed to be learning a trade somewhere, preparing for the future. Before I signed out last week, I was trying to say that even in the African traditional way, there's what they call the initiation ceremony for a young man to be the man that should bother say, it's time that I want to take a woman, I want to get married. So he begins to gather resources, farm, whatever the art of the family is, whatever the skill is. Is it blacksmithing? Is it farming? Is it carpentry? He begins to learn something. And at the end of the day, he is ready. And by that initiation ceremony, it means he can have his own parcel of land. He can now fend for himself and has made room for the wife to be. So he has grown the big lip now to cover the big teeth of marriage. Because that marriage you're looking at is, like it's called, an institution. So by the time as a teenager you decide to do what married people do, we begin to look at how big your lips are. Are they big enough? Yes, we've been bombarding parents. We've been saying some of them are not doing enough, and some of them are just what we call offshore parents. They are not there. They are not doing what they're supposed to do. But again, I must testify here and give it to some children who have not been fortunate to even have parents monitoring them, yet they decide and they choose to listen to the teachings of the church, to listen to the teachings at the mosque, to listen to the teachings of the tradition, to pick the right morals, and they come out superb. So we must not always throw it at parents to say because my father did not buy me an iPhone, or because they didn't buy me that sneakers. That's why I fell for that person that was offering me something. I was talking with some, I don't want to call them street boys, but some children somewhere, and they were saying, Mama, now the girls, they throw away body for us. So I said, if the girl throw away body for you, must you throw away body for the girl? It means that you too wanted to throw away the body. And the very person that is talking, of course, he has his own problem. But what does he know? It is what you give to him, what you put in a child. The tabula rasa thing, that blankness the child comes with. You begin to put impressions. What did the child pick? The one that is talking. Who is he learning from? Where is he? He's on the street. Instead of you helping to inform, to reform, to moderate, to help that one that has no one to guide him, you are falling for his pain. You are falling for those things he lacks that you should put into him. Why must it be you then to fall? That's our question for today. Assertiveness. You have been taught good things. You already know some from the church, some from the home, some from the school. How much pain do you take to be able to practice these things? Like we said last week, at a point, you begin to break your voice as a young man, get turgid down there at your penis. The girls are bringing out, the breasts now developing, the hips are taking shape and all that. That's a perfect, beautiful human being created by God for reasons that are going to be very fruitful to humanity. But prematurely, you want to eat the apple. And when you eat the apple, a lot will go with it. Quickly, we run down regrets, denial, negligence, abortion, if you survive. If you don't survive, you're dead and gone. Gestation, keeping the pregnancy, find out about all that goes with nausea, what happens to all manners of feelings you cannot describe, and no antenatal, labor pain, malnutrition, because you cannot afford a lot of things, because you're not prepared, because it's not time, because parents are not prepared. Then, is it worth the trouble? What about the emotional, the psychological trauma that goes with it? No, we're talking today. I will be very happy if you can start calling when I give out the numbers and time for calling. So you tell me, are all that I've been counting now, are they losses or are they gain? Let's reason together. And then look at the beauty of education. Look at the beauty of that skill. I took my car to them at the mechanic, that's the workshop. The man told me to change something on the wheels of my car. Just on one leg. He had 3 items he listed for me. And I was going to give him 29,000 naira. That's not workmanship. Albert, he has bought these things for cheap, has placed them somewhere, he's selling and making profit. At the same time, he's going to get his workmanship. He's a master of his own. Have you gone to make just buba and iro? So, if somebody says now, go and learn how to sew, how to be a fashion designer. Buba and iro is not less than 3,000 naira. Just put a neck there and the sleeve, join them, and you have 3,000 naira in your pocket. These are beautiful skills. These are beautiful things. Or want to talk about going to school properly, finish with your JS3, you are entering the university. You have certificate, you have entrepreneurship, you are soaring, making money. So what is a packet of Indomie? What is a bottle of Fanta that somebody will lure you with? What is that chain that you put on that eventually will cause rashes on your neck that you are falling for? What cinema is that? What promise full of lies have you been told that is making you let go? Or you as a boy, what is the girl bringing from the father's house or mother's house that is making you jeopardize your future? Just fancy yourself as the owner of this workshop, the head of this fashion designing company, the owner of that bakery, the CEO of this company, a digital guru. There is time for everything, and nothing good comes easy. So when these feelings come and you begin to feel the normal as a young man, the erection is there, give it time. It's nature. It's simply telling you that this body is alive and it's forming well. As a girl, yes, it's telling you that the hormones are working right. It's not calling for gratification. It's not calling for you to satisfy it. You are the one interpreting and misinterpreting. So if you've never heard before that when your body calls for these feelings, or you begin to feel like you like somebody, there's nothing wrong with liking somebody. There's nothing wrong with a man admiring you or with a girl admiring you. But the problem is, would you manage it right? Remembering what is before you, what lays before you, your future. Those beautiful houses, those beautiful cars, those beautiful children. You want to give birth to them as the one hawking, or you want to give birth to them as the one begging, or you want to give birth to them as the one you trade out, what they call human trafficking. You want them to become servants to other children. Do they deserve that? No, we are reasoning together. Today we are rubbing minds. Just look. Let's look at it. Imagine the way mom and dad takes you to school, properly dressed, your ribbons, your socks. The guys themselves, they put on their shorts, their trousers, very beautiful cars. Those that are going with their bus or keke, they are properly dressed. They are moving with their classmates. Like I tell children, your level is the level of your education or the skill you have learnt. Whether your father is a senator or your father is the security man at the gate, you are equal in the classroom. The only point you're going to distinguish yourself is the point at which you're learning, whether a skill or some themes, concepts. How will you distinguish yourself? How will you apply that? Imagine Innocent was somebody's classmate. All those things you're seeing on both internet, TikTok, are they not people's ideas? They sat in the classroom with some people. Some of them will even tell you that they failed. They couldn't make those grades. Because, you know, the lecturer kind of thing, if you don't reproduce and give him what he wants, you have failed. So let's call that now success, failure by the lecturer in his own terms. Not the Mugu guy. Or the girls begin to show you things. I don't mind your mom. See, pop, see, they talk too much. Which one be that one? And then you begin to derail. Come, let me show you some guys. And you cannot tell them, come, let me show you the way. That is your studies. You resist. You say no without apologies. You say yes without explanation. Be assertive. Hold on to what is right and stand by it. You don't want to lose your friends. Are they friends? A friend that wants you to mortgage your life, your future. In quote, friend. The ones you're sharing your ideas with in class. The ones that are teaching you those concepts in mathematics, in English language, in fine art, you could not pick. Those are your friends. And take note, your secondary school classmates last longer than any other relationship you make later in the future. So if you take your teenage seriously, that is your real foundation. For us parents, your foundation is childhood. But for you children, your teenage is the real foundation for you. The kind of friends you keep will tell what your future will become. So when they come around to lure, see those tongues as fangs of a snake. Don't see them as tongues. See them as killer instruments. And immediately put the person in his place. Put the person in her place. We want to talk about you getting into drugs to even be in the mood for this sex you're craving for. That is a disaster even. Not just that you will die. You are destroying your organs. Your brain, of course, is mortgaged. Your life is mortgaged. Your future is destroyed. And so on. You are causing pain in the society that you're supposed to be contributing positively to. You are a dropout. You get out of school, or you get out of the trade your father has put you to, or your guardian. Have you thought of the pain it causes parents? For your father or your mother, your aunt, that guardian to begin to wonder, is this the child I invested on? Is this the child I was counting on? Where do I go from there? Can you quantify that? Can you quantify the shame, the pain that goes with it for your parents, for your guardians, for family? If you put all of these on a scale, it will become easier for you to say no to this temptation of meddling with sex as a teenager, still under training, whether in the school or in a workshop or in a fashion salon or whatever your parents have asked you to learn. You find out that this is the building stage. This is the stage for you to build a solid foundation for tomorrow. I just told you about a workshop. You may call it mechanic workshop or ordinary mechanic workshop. I was standing by the roadside, escorted somebody, and the person was about to leave. Some guys were moving past, and the other one was saying, "Guy, you be mugu. That your papa self. He say make you go learn mechanic. If na me, I go run come off for house." And the boy said, "Where will I run to? Where will I run to that my father will not find me? You know, maybe your daddy will not look for you. Wherever I run to, my father will find me and get me back. Besides, why should I run away?" And then I tapped on the shoulder of one of them. The lady by me was pulling me. "Don't talk to them, oh, these boys. Some of them are very rough boys. Don't you see their hair?" I said, "Madam, the pain I went through in the labor ward is what I'm seeing here in these children, wanting to waste. I will talk to them." So I said, "My dear, God bless you for wanting to honor your father and to build a foundation for your life." I say, "You see, I escorted my friend now to the road here because my car is broken down. You know what I was told to pay for that car?" He was looking at me. I said, "If I call the sum of one little thing, they say because it's an injector car, something happened to one nozzle, I bought bad fuel." And they gave me a bill. This man that is a mechanic is riding a car that was barely 6 months from manufacture. So what's wrong with being a mechanic? You know the kind of money they make every day. The boy was looking at me. I called somebody close. I said, "Where do you live?" He told me. I said, "Okay, by you there is a mechanic workshop. Do you know the owner of the mechanic workshop?" He said, "Yes." Say, "Mommy, get house safe." I said, "There you are." And the other man or boy was looking at me like, I said, "God will help you. You go back and go and apologize to your parents that you are ready to come back home to learn whatever thing they have asked you to learn, whether get back to school or to learn a skill, because they mean well for you, and stop misleading people's children." The young man greeted me, was so grateful, and that was how I walked away. And then the other lady was saying, "Madam, you get her to fear no go let me self." That is again another problem. it's no man's business. Who says? We keep trying, we keep putting the best we can to ensure that these children don't lose it, because they still need guidance. Some of them don't even know what they're doing. Like one of the callers said, they watch mom and dad do certain things, they begin to imitate. To them, they are playing, and then after some time, they start having cravings. Then it becomes, oh, he's now a nymphomaniac. Without this, he cannot be. But they picked it from somewhere, and we must also correct from somewhere. Just give it a try. If you're trying to correct and the child tells you off or talks down on you, mind your business, and walks away, you have done your bits. But because I don't want to be insulted, I don't want to be talked down on, I don't want somebody to say it not be your business, and then you leave this child who at that moment was just waiting for you to just put in the right word, and he will reset, he will reconfigure himself and get back to that great person that he's supposed to be. What are we talking about? That sex has a price tag. It has a price tag. Are you ready to pay? And even if you pay, will you remain sane? And if you remain sane, will there be gains for you and for the society? Remember, your father once had a grandfather, great-grandfather, where are they? And someday, dad and mom will pass away. We will all pass away. Then it will be your turn to become dad and mom to other people. What will you give to your children? Remember what I said, that they will call you to the table to say, sit here, mom. Where is my father? Where is my mother? What happened to my education? What happened to my future? Why am I passing through so much pain? Why am I being enslaved by this person? Why am I being maltreated by this person? Because you were not there for me. Is that the kind of father you want to be? To shed tears at old age? To shed tears at old age as a mother? A time will come when your money will not speak for you anymore. Even when the helpers are brought as an aging parent or as an elderly person or as an old citizen, whatever the names are now, because the names are metamorphosing, they are changing. We're calling them new names so that people will not feel bad. The older persons, they say when you say aging, it means that the person is deteriorating. Fine. Who will be there for you? Will the children still be alive? The ones we left on the streets, you sure they may not have been hit by either physical, psychological, or real bullets? Will they still be there? Will you be able to reach out to them? There are a lot. We can go on and on and on to talk about it. We can go on and on to talk about the woes of premarital sex or sex at teenage, while you are supposed to be in school studying or learning an art. So, you eventually survive. You have brought these children up to a particular point. You are telling them to hawk. What happens? Where will you be when somebody comes to tell you that a car has knocked down your child? The pains are endless. We'll get back very soon. Let's take our commercials. Don't go away. Welcome back to Child Protection on 91.3 FM Radio Maria. In case you're tuning in for the first time, we have been talking about premarital sex as a teenager or pre-marital sex while you're still in your learning stage, training whether as a student or some skill or some entrepreneurial place, whatever, that there is time for everything. The time to work and the time to harvest. We've been talking to our children, and I'm sure they are listening and hearing, as well as parents, caregivers. It's an interactive program, and I would want you to partake. I would appreciate if one of the teenagers around would even put a call through And the number is 081 084 475 18. Once again, the number to dial is 081 084 475 18. Now, we just talked about sex having a price tag, and I was asking, can we pay the price? And even if we pay the price, are we going to come out the same way? Are we going to come out with all that have been arranged for us? Definitely, I don't think the answer will be yes. There are complications that go with it. That's a call there. Hello. Good evening, sir. Please, where are you calling from and your name?
I'm calling from Abuja.
Okay. Your name, please. Okay, Samuel, you're welcome. Okay, dear. Okay. Okay. How did it affect you, please? Would like to know. I'm happy you're calling in so that you will help us teach others and you become an advocate. Could you speak up a bit? You're sounding a bit low, the voice. Yeah, better now. Better now, yes.
I said 10, 15 before then, everything was going well. But since then, all my family just come back again. I think, you're okay, next to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So for you to go and present someone that
Mm-hmm.
you want to take care of yourself.
Okay.
I'll be struggling with that in the family just there.
Okay. Hello? Hello? Well, sorry, we lost that very precious call, and I'm sure you heard him because he indulged in this very sex while in school. His family had to tell him, you are of age for you to have tried this, go and be on your own. And since then, he's not found life easy. So it's not as if it's a prose I'm writing here or stories that I'm telling. We have seen a true life case. Let's call him a survivor. If we can find him, we're going to get him in for some counseling and see. Let's see how he picks his bits and pieces from there, and then he moves on. Yes. So I was trying to say that by the time we begin to have these issues, they are not small issues. I was mentioning a few things that could become full chapters, full books in series. If we take them one after the other, the woes of premarital sex as a teenager, you find out that they are endless. We've not remembered that part of what happens to your body because the body is not ready. We've not talked about the fatality, the fact that you could die from it, even instantly. Not to talk about the destruction, the harm that has caused the organs in your body. Your physical health, your mental health, your social interaction. You heard him say that that his life went down. So it's not something you play with. It is not at all. It's something that you must flee from, run away from. It is as dangerous as the bite of a snake. I am not exaggerating. I'm not trying to scare you. Hello? Good evening, madam. Please, where are you calling from? Network, just the network should cooperate with me, because I need to hear this. I have been talking. I want you to talk to me now and talk to to our listeners. I just pray it works out. So eventually you're not able to send your child to school. You have already dropped out, remember? And then the young man has denied you. So how do you live? Some of you would say, after all, I have lost it, so I can now sell my body. I'm talking about boys and girls. Because these days, a lot of things are happening. You don't say it's only the boy. Rather, it's only the girl. And they rape girls. They rape boys as well. The tag that you have a child already, like this young man that is talking now, is not a happy man. But we pray he comes back so we can see what to do, if we can help him, and see how far that will get him, in a better state. So I wouldn't want us to get into cure, but prevention. That's what Radio Maria is doing for you right now. That prevention is better than cure. And can you prevent it? Yes. Can you avoid it? Yes. That is self-control. That is self-discipline. That is being focused, being assertive. And when you are assertive, do you know you help the other person too? Because at that point, some form of foolishness is, breeding and rearing, and then you help the person to say, no, I will not participate in this. The person gets away and begins to say, but what was it that came over me? What was I bargaining for? Oh, thank you, the other day you helped me. And the thank you might not even come today. The other day might not be 1 year, 2 years' time. Might even be up to 5 years' time. To say, were it not for the stand you took, then I would have been this or I would have been that. Hello? Hello? Never mind, I pray we'll get through. Network should just be our friend. Be friendly today. Now we're looking at the issues that come when you have decided to say, now I want to do something with this child. Are you going to hand over the child to somebody as call her, maybe she sells in the restaurant, a sales girl, or you're going to hand the child over as a janitor to be cleaning, or a nanny, house girl, whatever name you call. Do you know the pains many children are going through for not being with their parents? Do you know the pains, the secret tears they shed? Do you know the humiliation they go through? Hunger, not just of food. They hunger for love. They hunger for affection. They hunger to be cuddled, because they are so far away from these masters you have pushed them to, from these madams you have pushed them to. They cannot walk up to madam and hold her hand as they would have held yours as a mother or a father. And the person is forced to smile and say, yes, sir, because out of that place, if the child comes to you, say, better go back there, oh. Better go back there. There's no way. Are you seeing this one room? So when the rain falls, it blows off the roof. When it's flooded, it meets us here on the bed. You see this mattress, this 6 spring I have in this house. Can it contain us? The child is forced to go back to this heartless person, this abuser. And he remains there, whether good or bad. You would have simply saved that situation by saying an assertive no. I will not. It is not time. I am going to do this. This is what is right. That is what is not right. I am telling you that the case of STDs is not even something you can imagine. At times, when I set up pet clubs in schools, the first thing I do is I take them to the hospital, and then through the window, they will be looking at the HIV patients in the ward. That is not because every HIV patient got it from sex. No, take note. They can get it from sharp objects. They can get it from blood transfusion. Maybe they were like in an emergency situation and they transfused without proper tests and so on. So it's not all HIV cases that are from sex. But I am saying that for the portion that could be from sex, how are you sure you will not fall into that danger bracket? So they look at them from the window, and I say, you see, this is the HIV ward. You know why I'm not taking you into the ward? Some of them may have been developing tuberculosis and all that, and I don't want you to contaminate, or rather to contract it. But you can count the ribs of that person from a distance. Can you see them? Do you want to be like this? That is, we can't talk about the one that they suffer internally, the STIs, the infections that you carry in your body, call them herpes, call them gonorrhea, call them whatever, transmitted to you from sex, even if you don't get pregnant. What about those things they show to you to mix and take? They take your life away. And you cause pain to dad, cause pain to mom, your dear ones. One of them was saying the other time, no, she doesn't want to die. She doesn't want to die. But behold, did she survive it? It's for you to find out. Is it worth it? It's for you to answer. Should I stay focused? It's for you to decide. But as a mother, I join hands with your parents, with the church, with the mosque, with every institution here in society to say it is worth waiting for. You tell the person, wait, it's not time. Or you walk away. Yes, you can walk away. You can walk away. So we're saying that everything has got its time and season. We're going to round up on this, and you would write your own resume, your own summary. You will tell yourself the points that you have picked from here, why you should stay away, why you should be focused, why you should think of the tomorrow, why you should save your soul, your parents, why you should have a plan for the future. Because, hello? Okay, that's Samuel. Okay, welcome, Samuel. Thank God we got you back. But it's almost time, so let's hear the beat. You can go ahead.
As I was saying, assuming I planned for it and everything was well, since for like 7 years now, my son has not finished school. So everything is just there. But I didn't plan for it, I didn't prepare for it. So
Yeah.
there's no idea of how to like I'm just progress in the church. I'm trying to take care of it. It's like my plans for it because marriage properly.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Samuel. I appreciate this call because you have given flesh to what we're saying. So, you see, now the child is not in school. So what do you think, Samuel? Samuel has hung up. You see, so it means that the pain is not just for him. That's the point. The pain is now on an innocent child that did not ask to be born. And do you know it doesn't end there? The pain is for the society. Because tomorrow, you never can tell. Samuel even has some remorse, is feeling bad. Some people will not care. That child, they'll fling him somewhere and they are gone. That becomes worse. Because the child would have learned the coldness of nature and will be cold when he's committing any crime, and then crime comes into it. I'm afraid that's the much we can take today. We have one simple thing to leave with you, that sex has a price tag, and there is time for everything. Your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. For those of you that are Christians, those of you that are not, you know what the teachings are to you. So we shall take a break and then get back. Don't go away of your study. You should stay focused. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. Remember, your parents should be your friends. Ask questions. And when you ask questions and you don't get the right answer, hello? Hello? Good evening, sir.
Yeah, this is Emmanuel calling from Mogadishu Barracks.
Okay, welcome. Good evening, Emmanuel. How's the barracks there?
Very well, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to use this podium to thank you so very much for bringing up this very particular topic.
Thank you. Welcome, Emmanuel.
Yeah, in fact, sincerely, this very particular topic you raised this evening is mainly made for me.
Thank God. How? Tell us. It's okay. We lost that call. Oh no. It's okay. You can see that we have live issues out there calling in. Survivors are calling in, children, our beloved children. You know, I always tell parents, cherish the child. I always tell them, your precious gifts to us, a bundle of joy. Please, could you keep this joy for us? Guard the joy, guard the beauty of creation for us, and embellish, beautify, and improve on yourselves and come out. Who is the best mathematician in the world? The Nigerian girl. Can you beat that? In the whole wide world. A Nigerian girl taught in a Nigerian school in a Nigerian environment. Can you beat that? What about talking about the great dermatologists we have out there in the US? The surgeons, the drivers. Yes, because if your driver does not drive safe, everybody in the family will crash. The great cooks, the chefs we have. What about the technicians, that woman that fries akara and everybody comes to queue for her akara because she does it the right way. She does not soak it in oil. What about the person cleaning up the hospital, without which contamination and germs will kill all the patients? They are all jobs that need positions. So we must make sure that whatever comes our way in terms of training, we get the best out of it, we change it and make it different. You looking at the same thing done in different ways. Of course, they come out in different shades and colors. Be that one that will be the best in whatever trade you have learned. Be that one that will make a mark. Be that one that all the teachers are saying unanimously, she is the head girl, she should be the head boy. In the workshop, he is the head apprentice, he is the leader, he is this, good, that, good. And if you have any problem, share it with mom and dad. That's what I was trying to say. And if they're not forthcoming, good, you have this number now. And the number is 081 084 475 18. We're saying that we're going to be talking with some ministries to see how we put some of these help lines together so you can call from wherever you are, and then we're sure that you're getting attention. People like Samuel will need some help. Note that help is not giving you cash or money. Capacity building, skill acquisition, and so on. And then linking you up with startups. You never can tell who will be coming up for you. So please don't allow your weakness to overpower the strength in you. In every man is good and bad. Allow the good in you to supersede the evil, and learn to say no to evil and yes to the right thing. Values, morals, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Remember, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days be long. God bless you. Continue to be our beloved children, our treasures forever. Love you all. Bye-bye.